This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full-Time MMA. Don't be a bagel biting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time
MMA.
And after Logan Paul fought KSI over the weekend, two YouTubers who fought in a boxing match, celebrity boxing match if you will, neither one of them really had much skills, but it was a big show, it was an event, and they actually had a lot of success. So congratulations to those guys. They actually sold a lot of pay-per-views, but the pay-per-view was only like $9.99, so that's why their numbers were so high, because they've got a lot of fans, and actually younger fans. So younger fans definitely are not going to dish out no damn $60 for a pay-per-view, and it was really more of just a show anyways. I mean, nobody really expected anything from these guys as far as a professional boxing career afterward, and the fight ended up ending in a draw, so there's how that went. There might even be a rematch, but either way, it was a popular fight. It was kind of like celebrity boxing, and the UFC, you know, in the day and age we're in, kind of being the ultimate fighting circus, they might be trying to get in on the KSI or Logan Paul action. Logan Paul specifically, it looks like, because Logan Paul actually does have a wrestling background. He wasn't able to use in his celebrity boxing fight, and he said that, yo, I would love to do MMA versus KSI because I actually have a wrestling background, and then that would you know, give him the advantage over KSI. And KSI was a little reluctant. He's like, yeah, I don't know about MMA yet. He's got a wrestling background and I don't, and it seems like KSI knows what that might mean for a boxer. Gervonta Davis, beware. Now, with that being said, Logan Paul having so much fun and success in his fight, he said, I think the best part about this fight it was actually a great show. It was entertaining as fucks. Everyone put their heart and soul on the line, and we did it. Couple of YouTubers changing the entertainment landscape. Let's fucking go. And now he's saying the thought of securing a fight in the UFC is exciting. I could finally use my wrestling background, but I hear some other celebrities and athletes want to catch these hands first. Now, with that being said, a lot of people started to clamor for Logan Paul versus CM Punk. CM Punk was already part of the Ultimate Fighting Circus, came over, fought 2 fights, got his ass kicked, but he still was training with the legit camp. And with Logan Paul's wrestling background and CM Punk's non-skills, I mean, this could actually be a compelling fight. Who would win? I don't know. You ask me, I would got to give the edge to CM Punk, but I don't know because he's kind of older. He's got his ass whooped in both fights so far, and Logan Paul has a wrestling background, so that might be a good fight, at least as far as the Ultimate Fighting Circus is concerned. You're not going to see the highest level of technicality and skills like you would see in the Ultimate Fighting Championship in the UFC, which is where, of course, this fight might take place. But as far as, you know, being a lot of attention on the fight, there would be that, and the UFC having to pay back this debt they have and everything, and putting on these fights where you see people who are popular kind of get opportunities over people that aren't. Then, you know, CM Punk getting to fight on the pay-per-view most recently, Brock Lesnar coming back after failing the drug test to potentially fight for the title. A lot of it is because they're big names. Logan Paul versus CM Punk would be a big fight. But all that nonsense aside, I know the hardcore fans are probably fucking cringing right now. This sounds like nails on chalkboard, but we got to be serious. This is a business, and Logan Paul versus CM Punk would do good business. Now, CM Punk hasn't said anything about returning to the UFC. That's not a likely opponent, but one person that is open to taking on Logan Paul, check this out, man. Maybe even a little out of character. Sage Northcutt said, let me know when you want to catch these hands. Yo, chill. Sage Northcutt is a dude, one of the nicest UFC fighters you'll ever meet. It's almost a fucking oxymoron how nice this guy is to be a fighter. But it is what it is. Sage Northcutt versus Logan Paul. This would be a big fight for Sage Northcutt. Not for his fucking career and future as a UFC fighter, but there's a lot of fans that could very well cross over from Logan Paul to Sage Northcutt. I'm not gonna lie. You know, Sage Northcutt and Logan Paul kind of got the same little look. Not all the way blonde hair, blue eyed though. You know what I'm saying? Like preppy a little bit, maybe. I mean, I don't know the exact word, but you get the point. They're kind of similar, except for Sage Northcutt is a legitimate karate and mixed martial arts fighting badass, and Logan Paul is a YouTuber. But either way, you know what I'm saying? If they actually fought, there's a lot of Logan Paul fans that might be like, yo, who's this Sage Northcutt guy? And Sage Northcutt actually reached out. And this is a little out of character. Like, normally he calls guys out. I'm surprised he didn't call him Mr. Paul. hey, Mr. Paul, I saw you and Mr. KSI's fight over the weekend. Maybe we can get a good fight in. It'd be an honor. You know, he's usually really nice like that. But he's been hanging out with Tyron Woodley, training the team Alpha Male a little bit. We might see Sage, the Sage heel turn we've all been waiting for sooner rather than later. Because like I said, he took to Twitter and said, Logan Paul, let me know when you want to catch these hands. And Logan Paul responded as only Logan Paul could. Bring it on, Northcutt. Yo, that's such a fucking Logan Paul diss. Northcutt? Get the fuck out of here, dog. But Sage Northcutt responded, it has begun. And then you got a lot of fighters, you know, on Sage's head. Like, of course you want to fight motherfucking Logan Paul and not these other killers and yada, yada, yada. But hey, it is what it is. Anybody that could get the opportunity to fight Logan Paul, it would be a big business decision. And in the end, this is prize fighting. That's what this is, a business. The UFC is a business. So as crazy as Logan Paul sounds coming over for some celebrity MMA, you might want to think again. It's not too crazy. So yeah, man, with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about a potential Logan Paul versus Sage Northcutt fight in the UFC. I don't like this in the UFC, man, but there needs to be a fucking celebrity MMA league. We're going to call for that, guys. We're going to keep calling for that. So make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. And if not, hit thumbs up on the video. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments, man. I'm out. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video, or some of the time that I upload a new video, because YouTube's notification bell is a player hater. But this is one of the hardest working independent MMA channels on YouTube. We provide daily updates, full fight card breakdowns and predictions. We make MMA fighter freestyles, and we've already interviewed pro fighters Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Felony Charles Bennett, and Bruce Lushmedio in just a little over a year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on YouTube. So with that being said, if you're interested in more videos like this, check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over at patreon.com. One of the things you can see while you're over there are some of the goals of the channel, and also more free videos like this, betting advice, and more. We just launched the Full-Time MMA store over on teespring.com, and we've got some limited edition gear in order to celebrate that. We've got some Day One Foot the Other Side shirts that are only available for a limited time. Also, you got leggings, phone cases, Don't Be a Bagel Biter coffee mugs, and more. With that being said, you can check the links out in the description if you want to check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo or the Full-Time MMA store on Teespring. I apologize about the long outro, but a closed mouth don't get fed, so respect. Let the Full-Time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.